Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rockin' Review is on location at the famed Ryman, and I'm thrilled to have Emmy Award-winning talk show host, singer, songwriter, producer, also New York Times bestselling author.
So many things.
Kathie Lee Gifford. Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm delighted to be here, especially at the Ryman. I mean, come on.
Well, you know, and you're going to be back here on Sunday.
Yes, I am.
Because you're going to be here with the Nashville Pops Orchestra on Sunday.
Yes, and a 1,000-voice choir, too. It's going to be sensational.
I just can't wait.
It's the Christmas show. And
right.
It's, my friend Nicole C. Mullen, I co-wrote a song with her. It's actually an oratorio. She's going to be performing it with the symphony, and it's something that I have taken to Israel and shot a film with her there. It's called GodWhoSees.com.
How incredible.
And go on and see that. I'm doing that a lot now, writing oratorios and then taking them to Israel to shoot them, trying to bring the Bible to life for people who think it's a 5,000-year-old dead book. They couldn't be more wrong.
And I think it keeps it current.
Well, these stories are ripped from the headlines.
Right.
Nothing's really changed, and certainly nothing's gotten better. You know?
So true. Well, I got to bring up also that on Saturday you're going to be at the Musicians Hall of Fame, and you know, with an evening with Kathie Lee.
Yeah,
and that's supporting the Nashville Pops Orchestra.
Yes, and they're giving me an award that I do not deserve.
I've heard rumor of that.
Yeah, so
lifetime achievement, possibly.
I know. What have I done? I mean, you know.
Well, you know, I got to tell our viewers though too. You may think you know Kathie Lee from all of the television work and film work and everything else, but really musically, I was listening to your catalog this morning coming into the studio. What a great voice!
Oh, thank
your vibrato,
you.
and you've done what, 16 albums?
16 albums, Broadway, Carnegie Hall. I've been singing. Name that tune. That was my big break on television.
Really?
1970. Long time ago. And actually, my first time I worked in Nashville was in 1978. The next year I did Hee Haw Honeys, and that was a singing.
Right.
Yeah, most of my early work was as a singer.
I'll tell you what really impressed me too. I love your voice with the vibrato and your range. You've got like an incredible range vocally.
Not anymore.
I bet you do.
I've got 5 notes.
Now, do you think you're going to have probably some more new music coming out in 2020? Anything else you're working on?
Yes, I have 3 more oratorios coming out. I'm actually singing on one of them. I'm the narrator for them. What we're trying to do is put an hour and a half worth of symphonic oratorio music together, covers the whole spectrum of everything in the Bible, and with the incredible artists like B.B. Winans and Jimmy Allen and gosh, I don't know. I haven't signed up everybody yet, but
well, and you know a
Louis
few
York
people from over the years. So you can
Danny
sort of call in, you can sort of call in favors.
I do call. Yeah, BB's standard. BB, you need to call me. I'm waiting for him.
Well, I got to bring this up too. The last 3 songs you came out with hit #1 on iTunes.
Within like 15 seconds.
Yeah, and I listened to them. They're very good songs.
Well, I wrote them with a great writer named Brett James.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the reason, basically, that I ended up spending so much time in Nashville before I left the Today Show. I'd written a movie for my friend Craig Ferguson and for me to do.
Yeah, I saw
and we
that.
shot it.
And that came out in 2018, right?
It isn't out yet.
Oh,
we
really?
finished
Okay,
it.
you
We finished it almost a year ago.
Okay.
Takes that long to get all the.
Ah.
Yeah. So Brett and I co-wrote all the music for it. Yeah, Love Me to Death.
That is incredible.
And then the first 2 #1s we had were gospel songs. When I met Brett doing the Today Show, we were leaving, and Hoda and I interviewed him, and we were leaving. He says, Frank had been gone for about 2 years, and he said, Kathie, I was a big fan of your husband's. How are you doing? And I said, I'm doing fine. I found him the day that he had passed. This was the look on his face. And I said, I know he saw Jesus. Jesus took his breath away, and one of these days I'm going to write that song. And he goes, well, then let's write that song.
Wow.
So a week later, I came back down to Nashville. We wrote it in about 10 minutes. You
Powerful.
know, yeah, and then he came up to my house, my studio in my house in Connecticut, and he bamboozled me. I did not sing professionally anymore. I hadn't for about 15 years.
When you sing though.
Not really. I'd had double pneumonia in my lungs when my daddy was dying.
Right.
So I didn't get antibiotics when I should have.
Oh, no.
So I have I have damage to my lungs.
Right.
I don't breathe the same way. If you can't breathe the way you once breathed, you can't sing either.
Right.
So I can fake it in a studio. I keep my live singing down to a few trusted friends in my own living room.
Right.
And I still love it very much. I write now I had a Broadway show that I wrote, and we were Tony nominated. I'm writing now for the greatest talents in the world who sing far better than I do. So it's joyful. It's a joyful time.
Well, and
for
you're
me.
getting to produce then also. You know,
Yes, I've always produced.
right, but I mean more here in Nashville, because I knew when you were coming to Nashville, I thought, oh my gosh, she's going to be doing even more music.
Yes, that was the
coming
whole
here.
point. That's a huge reason why I did choose Nashville. And my kids are in LA. My son's a producer and a screenwriter. My daughter's an actress. And you would think that I would just go there, and I would love to see them more, but I can't, there's no creative life there for me.
Right.
And that's all I've got. I've got nothing but all that going on. There's not a day that.
But you love it.
That's why I'm happy.
Yeah.
We're created to be creators.
I agree.
And when we're creating, that's when I'm most joyful.
Well, I got to ask you this too. How did you become involved with the Nashville Pops Orchestra here in Nashville? I mean, because you've only been here a little while, but it's already like you're part of the community.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, that guy over there, you can't see him on camera, but his name is Jeff Bound, and he is the conductor of the Pops, and
Right.
I think the founders too. And he just, his mother loved me. Let's just be honest. His mother, I just had to speak to the mother on the phone a few minutes ago. His mother loved me, so I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm sorry, but that's the way things work in this world.
Not a bad deal. You can't complain, especially at the Musicians Hall of Fame.
And in my case, a lot of grandmothers love me too.
You know, you're just going to have to add it to all of your awards.
Oh, so little time left. I know. No, it's fun. It really is. I'm busier than I've ever been, but I'm doing what I've been not putting off, but couldn't get to.
Right.
When you do a live daily show for as many years as I did,
It's consuming.
And music and movies take time to do right, and I want to do them right.
But the passion was always there for you. You know, it's like
yeah.
I was telling somebody when I told him I was going to come and interview you. I said, the TV stuff, that was all just to pay the bills. Now she's doing what she loves.
The TV stuff I fell into. I was never Regis. I was in Los Angeles as a singer, and working all over the place as a singer.
Right.
And Regis left his daytime show there, AM Los Angeles, to go do something else. So I was called to take over for him for a couple of days. So they said, okay, well, you do one day. And I went in. They said, will you do the rest of the week? And I didn't know I was good at it. Nobody did. I'd never done it.
Right.
And so a man watched me that day from his office, and he said, she's got to be on Good Morning America. They're looking for somebody to take over for Joan London. So they called me. I said, what? What do they want me to do? They want you to take over for Joan London. I said, the co-host?
Wow.
I said, I'm not a journalist. I would never claim to be a journalist. And he said, we don't want that. We're looking for somebody that's just natural and good with people.
And you were, and with everything you've done, I think, in your TV career as well, you always came, it felt like you spoke for all of us. And it came across with that approach.
Thank you.
And now you get to do that with music, too.
Yeah, well, I've always done the music. I remember when I did join Good Morning America, they said, well, enough of this, 2 shows a week in Vegas kind of thing. And I went, oh, no, I'm not giving up my life's
It's
work.
like therapy.
No, you know what? I didn't know how long that was going to last. I knew how long music was going to last in my life. But people think I've just come here to Nashville. I bought a place a year ago. And I was coming all the time working, as I said, on the movie and all the music. And I loved it so much I bought a much bigger place. So that's, the minute I was finished on the Today Show, I got on a plane and boom, I've been here since.
And it's such, and while I've lived here with my family as well, it's such a fertile musical place and creative place.
And it's a kind place.
It is.
Eric, that's,
I agree.
The culture of the Northeast has become so mean-spirited. There are a lot of good, nice people there too, but the culture is what I'm talking about. And there's a mean-spiritedness about it. There's a gotcha kind of an attitude, and people can't even have a conversation with you anymore with just treating each other with respect.
Right.
If you don't believe the way I do, you're an idiot, get off my planet. And I'm going, what happened to first of all, our Constitution?
Right.
Second of all, the way we once treated one another with respect, no matter where you came from. We are a nation of immigrants. We all came from different places.
Exactly.
Unless we're Native American. And I've got a big part of that in me too as well. My father was Jewish and his mother was Native American, a lot of her, and so we used to call my daddy Sitting Shiva. Which is, you'd have to sort of understand the cultural context.
So cute.
He was cute.
Oh my God.
My daddy was a jazz saxophonist. My mom was a singer, so it all comes to me naturally.
I knew about your mom, but I didn't know about your dad.
He played a great alto sax.
Well, and that's why you've got that jazzy feel. Because when I was listening to your songs, I was listening to your Pandora channel. you just have that jazzy feel to your voice.
I like to sing all kinds of different things, but my dad was, he loved the big band era. So I did an album down here actually for Warner Brothers with Jim Ed Norman and Danny Key, and it was called Sentimental.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, you know, hardly like a huge career move, but it was to honor my dad and his influence on me. He's the one that told me years ago when I was a little girl, and we have him on film. He was shooting me, so he's not on film, but you can hear his voice, and I'm singing something a cappella. I think Jesus Loves Me or Little Mary, Little Lamb or something like that. I'd have to listen again. It's been a while, but I'm singing it a cappella, and all of a sudden I stop singing. And you see me go, "Where's the music, Daddy?" And he says, "Oh, honey, you got to learn to make your own music."
Wow.
That's what I've been trying to do my whole life.
Well,
and
you are.
And now, Eric, thank you. You're sweet to have me today, because now, in this point in my life, I know people look to me like I'm trying to reinvent myself or something, but it's nothing to do with that. This is an evolution of an artist since I was 10 years old.
Right.
I've done everything. I've done so many different things in this industry, and I've learned from every single one of them, you know? And my father and mother both, I have had no fear of failing.
Right.
That's because of my parents and my faith.
Well, and you've done music longer than you did TV by far.
I've been singing professionally since I was 10. Yeah, I was paid $5 to sing at my grandmother's a birthday party.
See,
and my daddy
look at
said,
that.
"You get paid for something you do, you're a professional." And he just made me feel, okay. And then after that, I did folk music, then I did gospel music, then I did Broadway, and then I did, you know, and I've done it all. But the beauty of it is the freedom it gives me now to then take these oratorios I'm writing with people like Brett, like my friend Sal Oliver, like Louis York, like David Palmer. These are all, Nicole, these are world-class writers.
Totally.
And I'm writing with them, and we get to go now to Israel and shoot a film with each oratorio. Wow. And I'm directing now. If you go to godwhosees.com, that's my very first directorial debut at the age of 65 last March. So it's never too late to try new things. I knew it was time. Everything I had learned from every other discipline that I'd learned in this industry, it came together in those 5 days in Israel when I shot that film, that short film.
It's
so
just
I can't
amazing.
wait to get back there and do that again.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's inspirational, I think, for all of us. And so
thank you.
Congratulations. Obviously, you know, if you're in Nashville or coming into Nashville, come and see her this Saturday, which will be at the Musicians Hall of Fame, an evening with Kathie Lee. But then on Sunday,
it's the
big
Nashville
show
Pops.
here with the Nashville Pops Opera right here, orchestra, easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Right here at the Ryman. And so I think there's still tickets available.
Yes. Well, who knows now? They're going like hotcakes.
Yeah, but, I mean, but it's such a great thing that you're doing both these shows this weekend. Congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award also.
Thank you very much.
And I can't wait to see, you know, what new music with films, with everything else.
It's exciting.
Do you want to throw out your website and social media so that our viewers can find?
I think I'm KathieLee.com. Am I KathieLeeGifford.com? I don't know.
There you go. Just look up Kathie Lee.
Yeah. I think it'll come up. Don't believe everything, all right? I was young and I needed the money.
There's 2 great shows, and also be sure and check out our music. You know, #1 on iTunes with all 3 of those songs.
With Brett.
Right, and maybe some new films, some new movies.
Yeah, all the music will be coming out soon when we finally decide and announce the distributor on. That's a movie called Love. No, we changed the title. Then Came You.
There we go.
Wait till you hear that song.
I saw Then Came You, though. That looks pretty neat.
Oh, that's a song.
You'll have to come back on the show.
I would love to. It's a date.
The incredible Kathie Lee Gifford. Be sure and catch her this weekend. Saturday show, Sunday show, supporting the Nashville Pops Orchestra. What a great deal, and what an incredible vocal talent, too. You want to catch these shows. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.
Thank you.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of a Bobby Bones show.